Adventure of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and we're on our weekly Positively Pipeman segment. And this part of the segment is, oh my God, this guru has been our pet health guru for 18 years and longer, and basically has an amazing show called Pet Health Cafe, and he's our resident pet expert as far as health and everything else, but also health for humans. So let's welcome to the show, Bill Bachaki. How are you?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's like, first off, I can't believe that we've been doing this as long as we have. Number one, where did the time go? I used to be a young man. I mean,
I know, right?
And it's, it's just all the stuff that we're finding out today. As far as the health industry is concerned, the nutrition world is learning, we've been screwed. I mean, I can't put it any other way. We've been screwed. We've been lied to. We've been, all the fake foods, all the fake medicines, diagnosis. Doctors can't diagnose anything anymore. Veterinarians don't do any diagnostics. It's crazy. So let's just throw a weird label on it, and let's just call everything autoimmune.
Yeah, it's true in humans too. It's like everybody's got an autoimmune disease now. That's the buzzword.
It's so funny because when they talk about the immune system and the autoimmune diseases, they're talking about the body's attacking itself. Well, the body doesn't attack healthy cells. This is where it all stems from. We've been poisoned. We're being poisoned every day. Radiation, EMFs, food additives, bad water, all of that stuff. And as soon as we take that in, it starts to destroy cells. So technically, yes, the body is attacking itself. It's trying to clean out the dying cells and replace them with good ones. Yeah. And it happens throughout the whole body.
So as far as pets go, what is it that's happening that's poisoning these pets that are causing autoimmune diseases in pets?
Well, first off, we can start with, we put down the water bowl. We're buying bottled water for ourselves. Half the time, we're just taking it out of the tap. We know that our tap water is polluted. It's, they've taken all the minerals out of it, so there's no life in it. It's dead. Chlorine, fluorides, chloramines, all that other stuff that's in it. Microplastics now, another great additive to us. We all need another dose of microplastics.
Yeah.
And, of course, the water sources, when you look at it, they're drawing off of ponds and streams and lakes and things like that, or even their own lagoons that they've built, and all the chemtrails and all those, the glyphosate from the farm 2 miles down the road is drifting into it. So we're starting out with poison going in the body. The body's going to start, the cells take it up and it starts to kill them. And now we've got this stuff going on. Let's add to it a good dose of, bad food. Fast food made with chemicals and no real food components to it. So we've got that, all the colors. Why does dog food and cat food come in colors? They're colorblind. I mean, that makes no sense at all. So we have that problem. And then, of course, let's look at our household chemicals. Like I said, the chemtrails that's in the water, all that's in the air too, where we walk our animals outside. They're picking it up, absorbing it through their feet, through their skin if they lay down. And so it's just a plethora of poison. And the body's got to get rid of those dead and dying cells. Some of them convert into autoimmune. Obviously, that's what the doctor calls it because that's what they see. There's a disease condition. But on the other side of that, too, the body's going to not only push it out, through the digestive system, but if it's too much, then we're going to see lumps and bumps start to appear, and now we got cancer. So autoimmune goes right into cancer.
Whoa. I don't get it. If your body's trying to clean things out, but it makes it worse, what's happening there that we're going straight from autoimmune to cancer?
Well, it's because the body can only do so many tasks. And when we come into the tumor part of that cancer and stuff like that, that's the body basically building one warehouse. Let's put it all in this tumor, and it's and especially in dogs, they always appear on the outside of the body. The body's pushing it out, but the veterinary medical part, and of course even the human medical part, they don't. They have no concept of what's really going on in the body, how the body actually works. You have to study the physiology. Doctors aren't taught physiology. Veterinarians aren't taught physiology anymore. So if you don't know how the body works, how can you ever fix it?
What a great point, because I don't think anybody really ever thinks of that.
No, they don't. And that's the whole thing. I mean, my viewpoint, my approach to a lot of this stuff is totally different, which obviously makes me a radical. Hey, you're just making this stuff up. But when you stop and think about it, if you do have any amount of common sense, which is a rarity today, and you start working through it, it all falls together. It's really easy to follow. We are the sum of what we put in our body, whether it's through injections, whether it's through pills, whether it's through medications. All those are poisons as well. All they're doing is mitigating symptoms, so you don't feel bad anymore. We've been doing a lot of work, especially on the people side. I've been doing a lot with bioavailable hormones. All these people, all these women especially, are on bioavailable hormones, the identicals. They're not identical. It's a chemical compound that hides the symptom of it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Can we show a little bit of difference if we, on the supplement side, if I add, vitamin C, D, K2, whatever, will I see a change if I'm doing a functional blood test? Yeah, I can see a spike, a change in the numbers, but it's temporary. The body gets rid of that as well, and you're right back to where you are. So autoimmune is nothing more. It's like allergies. We talked about this in a previous show where, we didn't go through flu season. We just went through poison season, and now we're into detox season.
Well, I think we're still in poison season. Okay, like I'm celebrating Hanukkah right now. What we eat in Hanukkah, we eat fried foods, specifically latkes and jelly donuts.
Yep.
Then you have Christmas, which is just a repeat of Thanksgiving as far as food goes, except add a lot more candy, because you got all the candy canes. But what do you have for Christmas dinner? Turkey or a ham or both. What do you have for Thanksgiving dinner? Turkey, ham, or both.
And both those meats are highly processed. I mean, at my Paleo Pet, we do the naturally raised, naturally processed turkeys. So we're not injecting them with all the chemicals and the salts and the flavors and everything else, which the commercial stuff does. Hams again are cured. I don't know what they're cured from. I just can't get my head around that. I didn't know they were sick, but that makes it even more disgusting.
I don't know. Maybe that's how the Christians came up with making it kosher.
Hey, there's a lot of things on the backside of that. It's really, really funny. It's but when people don't realize what they're putting in their mouth. And
I gotta say, your bird is complaining too, because your bird knows we're poisoning the bird, except for you. But all his other bird friends are getting poisoned, and that's why the bird's speaking up.
Absolutely. I mean, I had a cockatoo that's out of one of our fosters that had a seizure. And when I started breaking it down, because I try to look at the core problems that are going on, I realized that you cannot buy organic seed. It's almost impossible to find it. Everything is freaking sprayed, and we're feeding it to our animals. We're mixing it in our diet, and it's like to make my own blends and stuff like that. I have to work too hard because you can't. And it's funny. In going along that line, I have a company I've been dealing with for close to 50 years, seed company, and they used to do cage bird blends and stuff like that. And I worked with them back in the 70s to do custom stuff. And they kind of shifted their business because of licensing. Their bag of bird seed now comes. It's all for wild birds, and it says on the bag, not for pet birds,
Whoa.
because of the labeling law. You have to package your wild bird seed different than your cage bird seed.
Huh.
Isn't it the same seed?
That's so weird. Like, what? Just because they're caged and in jail, they don't get the same food?
Yeah. It makes you wonder which one is better. You know, are they making garbage for the wild birds, and then we can kill them all off? I mean, I know where I live. Lately, there's been almost no wild birds in my backyard. I've got 3 feeders out there that have been filled. One has been filled for probably 4 months, but it's for specific types of birds like finches, cardinals, things like that. See none of them. Why?
That makes me think. I was just up at my daughter's in the Panhandle, and they have a huge bear problem.
Yeah.
But the bears are not indigenous to that area. Those were problem bears, generations ago that were put there. And so now all the bears are being brought up as problem bears. But the funny thing is when you read what not to do, don't put out bird feeders. So maybe that's the whole plan. They put the bears there, so you don't put the bird feeder there, so you kill off the birds, and there you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's state law here in Florida. It's against the law to feed wild animals. So even a bird feeder is technically illegal, but that changes the environment, and that's what the whole thing is. I mean, I watched a documentary a couple days ago where they reintroduced bison out in the Texas Panhandle in a desert. Almost no vegetation at all. The whole ecosystem changed within 18 months. They thought it was a 10-year project.
Huh.
It went back to natural. The natural vegetation came back because it stirred up the soil, and the seeds are still there in the prairie, especially out west. In the prairie land, the seeds are still in the soil, and once that's disturbed by the right animals in the right conditions, all of a sudden everything changes. It goes back to natural. We've tried to micromanage everything, and in the process, we create all these problems. When we started out, autoimmune, it's just the body doing what it's supposed to do. And,
so what's the solution?
Obviously, you have to, going up the food chain, basically, if you will. I think we have to get rid of the people that are making the decisions on what to ban, what's allowed in food, what's allowed in the soil, managing what crops we raise so that we can, pay our bills. I mean, we want to help John Deere sell $1 million combines. So we're not going to plant tomatoes and green beans anymore. We're not going to do the root vegetables that are natural plants. We're going to do something that's synthetic, but we're making money for the big companies. And that's, of course, that starts out a lot of it in government. And, it's the lobbyists. Who's going to make money? So we have to, the solution, get rid of the government. I mean, I'm sorry, but
I don't think they'll like that. So we might want to say that quietly.
I know. But basically when you look at it, I mean, they're making $175,000 a year as a congressman, and they end up in 2 years a multimillionaire. I mean, we have to, as citizens, understand that we're being scammed. And they're not looking out for us; they're looking out for their own pockets. And so I mean, yesterday or the day before, I got there was a news break that in the United Kingdom, they're outlawing the sale, and they actually made the suppliers go into stores and take it off the shelf of cordyceps and of turkey tail mushrooms because we don't know enough about them, except that we know that it's a detoxifier that gets rid of cancer. So it's illegal to sell it now.
Well, there you have it. It might be illegal to keep your pets healthy.
Yes.
But if you do want to keep your pets healthy, where do they go?
They can start out on the Pet Health Cafe, which is my podcast that we've been doing for 18 years now. It's a good place to start. A lot of information there every single week. We try to keep it fresh, try to keep bringing the latest ongoing things. Of course, My Paleo Pet is our retail store and our website and our web store. Buy the good stuff, the clean stuff. I do my due diligence. I go to the farms. I actually inspect what we do, what they're doing to supply us. We do third-party testing. That's mypaleopet.com. And, of course, I'm available for consultations through that website, through the store itself. And we try to get you the best information you can. And but the thing is, you can buy all the herbals and all the foods that we offer to you. But if you take that jar of herbals and you put it in your cupboard and you don't use it, guess what? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I get clients coming in all the time. My dog's got cancer. My dog's got autoimmune. My dog's got this. And we do special formulations for that. And it's like, okay, this is what you need. Oh, I have that. When did you buy it? I can look it up on my computer. You bought that 5 years ago. It's a 2-month supply. What's wrong with this picture? You have to do it. You have to do it.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of times, too, people are lazy, but then wonder why they don't feel good and they get lazier. It's because you're not doing what your body needs. So tune in to the Pet Health Guru here in the Positively Pipeman segment of the Adventures of Pipeman on Pet Health Cafe. Go check out My Paleo Pet, and we'll be back next week to end the year with CBDs.
You got it. Thanks, Dean.
Thank you, as always, for giving us a wealth of information, helping our pets and our humans. Pet Health Guru.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.